Well, welcome back. Welcome back. We are here. Season 4 is here. I guess the music had ran its course. Wow. This season 4 has already started off kind of crazy already. All my transitions of everything that I've installed or updated has not shown up and I don't understand why. But nevertheless, season 4 is here. Warriors Vision is here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get ready to jump into this show. Welcome back to the. I was almost. It's all. Oh man, I haven't done this in a while. I was about to say, welcome back to the See Through It podcast. We're not doing that no more. Welcome back to another podcast episode. I guess I have to reintroduce the podcast. Yeah, let's. It's only right? Welcome to the Warriors Vision podcast. As we have transitioned from the See Through It podcast, we are now the Warriors Vision. So, welcome to the Warriors Vision podcast. I am the host, Brian Sales. How you guys doing? Season 4 is here. Oh, it's been a long break. It has been a long break. I think we stopped the podcast back in, I want to say February or March or somewhere around there. We've had a lot of things happen, a lot of things take place in our family, in our home. We had a lot of things take place in the world, and oh man, I was jumping at the bit to get back on here. We had so much going on, trying to prepare, trying to figure out where we was gonna be. As some of you may know, we are now in a new state, in the great state of Alabama, the state where I was born, where most of my family originates from, the great state of Alabama. I didn't even know we was gonna come here, but we are here now, and God's plan. It definitely was not a part of my plan, but you roll with what He gives you, and you go with it. So today's topic or episode is called the Warrior Transition. The Warrior Transition. And we've had a crazy transition, starting with the podcast. As I already told you, the podcast now is called Warriors Vision. And with that, I felt like it was time to rebrand and retitle everything. And, you know, I came up with the Warriors Vision. See Through It was just the beginning. It was acknowledging we're looking at what's going on, and we're trying to see what's actually being said or what's actually being done. We're not looking at the surface, or listening to the emotional tones or the emotional words. We're actually looking through and actually seeing what is being done and said. And as we've done that over the past 2-3 seasons, I felt like we've definitely grown. I know I've grown, and it was time to, you know, it was time to evolve. And I think it all rolled together with the Warriors collection and that whole mentality of being a warrior. So we have Warriors Vision. Man, this is I just looking at the screen and just realizing that we transition so much. We don't even do the show's not live right now. This is all recorded, so it feels new and it feels weird. It feels like it seems like I would be more comfortable with the cameras off, but I don't know what it is. It's so different. I'm used to the camera being on and people popping into the room and leaving comments, but this is different. This is again it's a whole new transition. It's something different. I got to get back into the role of things, but it's gonna be a good season. uh, we got some stuff to talk about. But back to the main topic. Being a warrior, that mindset. So we're transitioning from just viewing things and being able to acknowledge, okay, this is emotion, this is feelings, this is they're trying to mislead us, this is this person's, bias opinion about such and such. This is what this is, and this is what this is. Now, with the warrior's vision, we're looking at things and we're looking for solutions. We're looking at how can we fix this? How can we either avoid this? Um, what can I do to better myself, or what can I do to help someone else? The warrior's vision, the warrior's mindset of not being a victim, um, being a person that can improve self and others. It's a mindset thing. So here we are with the warrior's vision. So that was the first part of the transition. Taking that break, ending season 3, and jumping. Um, taking some time to evolve this warrior's vision and figuring out how I wanted to do it. Was it time? I promise I had like a whole month of going back and forth to figure out, was it time to, rebrand the show, or continue the same thing, or what. It took a month to figure it out, and it one day I think I just woke up and was like, you know what, it's time. It is time for the warrior's vision, and I believe it was just so much that was going on. Um, yeah, it was just so much going on. Just had to. It was time to evolve. I think I was sitting in the room and I was like, we've had enough of looking and just analyzing and breaking things down. Now it's time to come up with a solution. Some call to action. Really tuning that mindset of being a warrior. And here we are. So with the branding, that's what we did with that, with the transition of that. And then now to the good part, to the whole transition of we're moving ourselves from Virginia and jumping into a different type of lifestyle. I would say that transition took place in 2020. When we first moved to Virginia, I don't know how many people know this, but when we first moved to Virginia, we wanted to live the beach life. We wanted to get a condo. We wanted to, you know, eat at the most fancy restaurants and eat sushi every day, all day, and have a condo overlooking the beach, and just living that lifestyle. It just looked. We used to vacation there. I think for like 2 or 3 years, we was vacationing there. And we was like, we love it. And I was stationed in Virginia Beach, so I didn't really pay attention to it that much while I was stationed there because deployments and training and all that. But as a civilian, I was able to relax and enjoy it. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to Virginia. Let's move there. Let's get on the beach, overlook the ocean, get us all the fresh seafood. And then, so we moved. We moved and 2020 happened. COVID and things shutting down and things they locking things up and locking things down. You couldn't move. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't do anything. So meanwhile, we were stuck in an apartment in Virginia Beach, and it wasn't that glorious. It wasn't that glorious at all. Um, it was nice being in nicer weather compared to Indiana. It was nicer weather. The roads were nicer. I'm always bring that up because the roads in Indiana are just they're atrocious. Pothole central. But the weather and the roads, and it was just a whole new environment and a whole new. It was just better. But with that was higher rent prices, and the food prices started going up. Everything was going up. So I think we were sitting in an apartment one day, and we was just like, because we couldn't go anywhere else, or you had to, you had to go put your mask on, and I wasn't gonna participate in any of that. So I was like, you know what? I'll just, if I need to go to the grocery store, I go to the grocery store to do the mask thing or whatever, and then come back home. 2020, not really sure what's going on or what to believe or whatever. But we're sitting there at home and just sitting there in those four walls, looking at each other, um, and we were just, you know what? This is not what we want. That's what happened. This it was like, this is not what we want. The whole idea was nice, but this is not what we want. We live in an apartment. We can't do anything. We can't do this. We can't do that. Prices of food is going through the roof. It's getting crazy. This is not what we want. So we was like, you know what? We want some land. What's the next thing? We want land. What do you want to do on that land? I want to be free. I want to be free. That was the first thing. I was like, I want to be free. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. I want total, absolute freedom. What was next? I want to grow food. I want to grow food. I want to learn how to hunt. I want to be able to eliminate the grocery store. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And we having this conversation, it's like, that'll be awesome. That would be awesome. But knowing that it was going to take work and it was going to be a huge mind shift to turn off the condo living, because that's what we wanted. We wanted to live in the condo, overlooking the ocean, sushi, the nightlife. We wanted to be in that. And as time grew, as time went on, we didn't want that no more. There was a transitioning happened. There was a shift in the mindset. We didn't want that no more. We wanted to, be free. We wanted to, develop, grow, do things for ourselves. And we felt like that would be so gratifying to be able to do those things and see things, see us put the time and work into it, and to see the fruits of our labor come back. Many times I had conversations with my mom. She loves that type of lifestyle too, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. And my whole life, I've grown up in the city atmosphere. Really never got to experience the country living, or you know, being on a farm, or just having acres to just run wild and do whatever I want. So that whole thought of being able to do that, being able to, maybe get some land and do those things was just, so exciting. So we started to put that plan in play. We started to work towards that, making sure our credit was good. We started to read up on how to grow things, how to germinate seeds, and how to skin certain animals, and all this stuff. We started to prepare ourselves while we was on this lockdown, because we knew we wanted to be prepared. Again, we recognized that there was going to have to be a mind shift. Our whole mindset was going to have to shift. And we didn't really understand that shift until we actually moved. Uh, but some properties fell through that we was trying to get in Virginia, and it was getting to crunch time, and I think we had 1 week before our lease was up, and the one property that we was trying to get had like 64 acres. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, and we was like, this is it. This is our property, and it didn't work that way. God had other plans, and I know I was praying every day. I was saying, God, let your will be done. Whatever it is, let your will be done. And so, we didn't get that property, and we had a week, and somehow we was looking at properties, and a place in Alabama popped up I never heard of, called Wing, Alabama. But I guess the actual location that we live right now is Andalusia, Alabama, and we moved here. And the first day being here, actually, we got here at nighttime. We got here during the nighttime. I hate driving, trying to find a new location at night, especially on a dark road where there's no lights. When I say we're in the sticks, we are in the sticks, and it's 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 an awesome thing. We there's I'll jump into that a little bit later, but we're in the sticks. So driving here at nighttime was, I could not see. I didn't know where the property was, but I passed the property. I had to turn around. I drove like 3 miles. I had to turn around, and pull into the property. My wife was able to find it. Like, she pulled right into it. And I'm driving the budget truck. I don't think I trusted the brakes good enough to press on those brakes and get that truck turned in. And then the driveway was super narrow, so I wasn't gonna risk that. But drove down the road 3 miles, came back, turned in, and it's pitch dark out here. It's darker than dark. You hear every bug known to mankind. Um, it's things flying around. Again, it's dark out here, and we finally get inside the house, and you can hear the bugs through the walls. You can hear them. They're screaming outside or talking, having conversations. There's new people here. There's new people here. That's what they're saying. But that first night being here was it was like, you're here. This is what you wanted. You're here now. And I was questioning myself. I was like, is this what I wanted? is this what I really wanted? And it was just, again, I had to prepare my mind. I had to, this is, we was talking about it. It was all good when we was talking about it, but actually to be in it was something totally different. And I believe it took me a day. It took me a day. It reminded me of my time in the Army when we did out in the field training, and I think that took me a day to warm up to it. And then when we was out there, we was out there. So it took me a day, and then it was all good from there. I think my wife acclimated it pretty good. My son, he's still struggling with it. He's not a fan of the bugs. Uh, I would say he's a little city slicker. He wants to be in the city, which is fine. Everyone has to find their own path and things that they want to do. But for the most part, the transition here, I say one day. It took us about maybe 1 or 2 days to get, you know, to look at this and be like, this is what we wanted. And now, as we sit here, I think we've been here for about a month and a half now, and it's been amazing. We have so many ideas running through our heads and things that we want to do since we've, been here and been able to see the land and um, sit outside and just really enjoy the peace and quiet and be able to do whatever we want. I think that's the most exciting thing about being out here in the sticks. Just the endless opportunities to do whatever. The people that we've met while being out here are so friendly, willing to help, willing to show you how to do certain things, or answer your questions or whatever. And I guess, I mean, that's a good thing. I'm not even gonna say I guess. No, that is a good thing, and that's a part of that whole thing of where I've been talking about growing a community of warriors, where we can rely on each other, for knowledge, or for assistance in different things. That's that community of warriors that I was talking about, of growing for the podcast, for the business, for the brand. Um, but yeah, the transition has been, it was rocky at first for that day, but it's been good. The podcast transition today has been rocky. It was a rough little start, but I feel like I'm in my groove now. Probably take a couple more episodes, but it's season 4. We just starting, and we gonna get there. But with this transition, you have to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. It might be scary. You might be unsure once you step into it, but give it some time. You'll realize that is exactly what you wanted. The talking about it, the planning for it, that's all good, until it actually happens. You understand that there's gonna be a rough period, but you'll get there. You'll definitely enjoy that transition, and be so happy that you done it. The mindset shift, or the mind shift. No, I said that right. Mindset shift. It's been a good one, man. It's been a good one, and we had a huge one in 2020, and now we seeing it, and we love that we've you know went away from what we originally planned to do to what we're doing now. And now the next thing is to find our own house. This house that we're in right now, we're renting until we can find a house, um, and make it our own and put our stamp on it. But it's been a fun journey. It's been fun, and we make sure I'm gonna make sure I take you guys on along with us on this ride to the land. That's what we're calling it. Whenever we get to it, we're gonna call it the land, and we're ready for it. We're ready to cut out the grocery bill. We're ready to hunt. I've never hunted. We just train. I always tell people you just train to hunt for enemies of this country or whatever. But I've never hunted animals, so that's gonna be something that's I'm looking to have fun with. That is looking to grow different types of food and fruit, and um, that actually started back at the apartment, reading up on different seeds and how they germinate, and how to get them growing in buckets and um, other containers. And I would say we did pretty well with that. Starting out, that's another transition of trying to grow your own food, trying to um, you know provide for your family. That's a not relying on the stores, especially when the stores don't have. In 2020, stores were going, they was having shortages like crazy, and I don't want to experience that again. So I want to make sure that I'm able to grow food when I need to grow food. I want to make sure I'm able to grow whatever I want. It's a mindset. I want to be able to. I want to be responsible for us eating. I don't want to rely on the grocery store. I don't want to rely on the system. So that's what we're going with. That's what we're doing. So I'm gonna take you guys along with us on that whole ride, that journey, while we're doing all of this. And I hope to hear your comments about what you may be doing when 2020 happened. Did you have a mind shift? Did you change how you view things? Are you doing things differently? Or are you doing things the same? You may be doing things the same, and that's no knock on you. Again, there's all types of different warriors. There's all types of different warriors. So, definitely let me know what you're doing. If you're doing the same thing, that's fine and dandy. But if you're doing something different, let me know. I want to know what you're doing. Are you preparing differently? Are you have you thought about growing food? Are you looking to you know do more shopping at farmers market, uh, um, or are you just doing something totally different in your life where you looked at things a certain way? Let me know. Mindset. We're attacking the mindset. We're challenging the mindset, and in hopes of creating more warriors out there, or helping warriors recognize that they are a warrior and they can do whatever they put their mind to. So, guys, I think that's gonna close out the topic there. The Warriors transition. We went from the See Through It podcast to the Warriors vision. We went from just seeing things and analyzing things, breaking things down, to actually seeing things and now wanting to come with a solution, an answer to the problem. We went from wanting to be in a condo over the beach, looking at the ocean, eating sushi all day, to moving into the sticks, growing our own food, hunting, having absolute freedom to do whatever we want with the space that we have. That transition to fighting off bugs, from went from enjoying being outside, well, not really being outside, but being able to walk outside without seeing 30 different species of bugs, to now seeing 30 to 60 different species of bugs, uh, deer in your backyard, or coyotes, or whatever. We That's what we transition to, and it's a great transition. uh, I look to capture some of those moments, but it's we got a long season, and we're gonna talk about it all. We got so much to talk about, but I just want to close out that this episode 1, season 4, is in the books. Let's go, folks. So make sure you share this episode. Tell your friends about it. Tell your other warriors about it. Tell people, the Warriors Vision is back, and let's get ready to grow. Let's get ready to grow. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's see. Let's see what we want. My stuff is not popping up. I don't know what's going on, but let's see what we got here. Contact. Wow, the contact page is still the same. Holy Mac. I'm on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Warriors Collection Network. That is the URL. So youtube.com/Warriors Collection Network. Yes, we have it. So thank you guys for subscribing to the YouTube channel. We hit that, and now I have the custom URL. Fantastic. You also can follow me on Twitter at See Through It One. We have grown that. We have, I think, 1,100 warriors all together fighting the good fight, challenging nonsense, and stepping up to it and standing on it. So thank you, warriors, for joining me in that. Also, the Facebook page is facebook.com/Warriors Vision. So go follow that. Give that page a like, leave a comment. Also follow me on Instagram at Warriors underscore collection underscore. So that is what the contact page should be saying, but for some reason it didn't transition. I don't know. And here we go with the podcast. You can catch me on Anchor.fm, Breaker, Spotify. You know what? Let's scratch all that. Let's just mention the heavy hitters that everyone listens to. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I think Overcast is big, and iHeartRadio, and Amazon Audible. So Amazon Audible, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and I think I said Overcast. So, and of course Anchor.fm, which is the first one that I started with and have been running with since then. So, especially since we're not doing live video, we are doing recorded episodes. I might try to mix in some, some live um, episodes when I can, but being out here in the sticks, something weird with our internet is I'm not used to it, but we still we get it done. We get it done. So again, folks, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. Like I said, first week of August, the podcast is here. Make sure you tune in, subscribe, follow wherever you can, and let's grow this thing. I am your host, Brian Sells. This is the Warriors Vision Podcast. I'll see you guys later. Peace.